Hey there, welcome to Dirty Mind Monday. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, just kidding. No dirty minds today. Well, sometimes we have dirty minds, right? Not always. Talking about what you up to now, day 939, documenting my journey and what I've been doing online for the last 939 days at least, sharing lessons I've learned, stuff I've totally screwed up, stuff that's worked out really well, what I'm doing now, where I'm going, as I transition from the brick and mortar world of corporate America for over a quarter century, plus on the side, lots of different businesses in lots of different industries. I figure I have been involved in at least 27 different businesses and industries as an owner or an executive. And that's given me a very interesting perspective on how things work in different industries and in the world, and what's worked for me and what hasn't worked for me. And a few years ago, I had the opportunity as part of my divorce to do something that I wanted for a change. Instead of doing all the things that I thought other people thought I should do, I hopped into the online world because I'd always been curious about the internet. How does this work? And I'm sure I was suckered into the, oh, it's so much easier online. Just, throw up a website and you'll make $1 million. If you build it, they will come. I'm sure I fell for some of that, and some of that attracted me. But actually it was the technology and the learning something new and something totally outside my comfort zone that really attracted me. And that's what's kept me here and keeps me going every day. Is like, okay, what can I figure out today? Because I definitely don't have it all figured out. And guess what? I never will. As will no one else. Because guess what? Our lives are huge works in progress, and we're never done. We're never done until the day we check out of the life that we're living once and for all. So what do we do about that? We have as much fun as we possibly can with it. I am doing this year a 365-day challenge to have fun every day, to find something fun in every single day. Perfect challenge for COVID, given that a lot of people aren't having a lot of fun. But even though we're not having fun with parts of what's going on in our lives and in the world, there's always something fun or beautiful or happy or joyous or amazing or that we can be grateful or thankful for in absolutely every single day in every one of our lives, no matter what's going on. If we look for that, that's what we'll find. So, not for fun today, but on the Supersize Your Business Challenge, it was Tickle Your Funny Bone. So, of course, I used the game Operation to illustrate the funny bone aspect of that. And I was shocked to find out that, literally shocked, because Operation, remember, you play the game and then you hit the little bones and you go, and make a buzzing sound. Well, it doesn't make buzzing sounds anymore. It makes all kinds of different sounds, like, I don't know, 20 games or 20 different sounds or something, but it's got all different sounds for each of the different type bones. And lo and behold, I discovered that the bones aren't even bone-shaped. They're shaped like the sound that the game makes. So, Tickle Your Funny Bone, for example, today I was thinking, oh, I'll have a little bitty funny bone in there. Perfect. And lo and behold, it's a smiley face. It's not a funny bone, because when you get the little smiley face out, it actually laughs. Is this an improvement in the game? Absolutely, positively. But, and it's a lot more fun for kids to hear different sounds than bzzz every time. Although it was like shock therapy or your cell phone alarm going off or a notification to any type of social media. We're like, Pavlov's dogs. We hear a buzz and we, start salivating and jump and check our phones. But that's some behavior we maybe want to re-examine and re-look at. I find that I do work on my phone and my computer first thing in the morning, and then hang out with my granddaughter, and then I pick it up again in the evening. And that, people are like, why don't you get back to me during the day? And I'm like, hey, priorities. And she is my priority whenever I get to spend time with her. So, what else is going on? Quiet weekend. Actually, it was a busy and a quiet weekend. I guess every day is a combination of both. But Get Up and Go Challenge over the next 4 days, we are using the SOAP framework to go through, boy, I got all kinds of stuff here, we've already done in the 30-day challenge so far, we've done an example over 4 days of the SOAP framework and really broken it down, how to apply that in some physical aspect of your life. Then we did financial and relationships, and now we're down to 7 days left of the challenge. So I'm like, okay, well, in 7 days we can't go deep on the rest of these 4 areas, but what we can do is we can pick one a day and go through a specific example. So today we went through dirty minds, mindset, stinking thinking. So many of the things that we think, so many of the thoughts that we think are absolutely positively not true. And they're definitely not true for us. Maybe they're true for someone else, but they're not true for us. So if we say things like, I can't, or if we're making excuses, or if we're procrastinating, if we're saying we don't deserve, we're not good enough, I don't know, if we're having a victim mentality in any way, shape, or form, if we're saying I'm too anything, I'm too old, I'm too short, I'm too fat, I'm too stupid, I'm too young, I'm too inexperienced, I haven't got blank, I don't have the resources, I don't have the money, I don't have the time, I can't fill in the blank, I can't do anything, nobody cares about me or about this or about hearing what I have to say. There's so many of them. It's that the list is absolutely positively endless of the mental dirt and crap that we have in our brains. So we talked about a quick example, and I used one of my own, which is really hard. It's hard when I use my own examples, but it's the ones I know the most about, right? Because I know what's going on in my head. And probably nobody else does. I don't think I've ever shared the mental one that I went through today with anyone in my life, even anybody. I know I haven't, because it's scary, right? It's especially scary to share how we really think and feel with people that are close to us, because we think they're going to judge us, we think they're going to have a different interpretation, and mainly because we think they'll tell us that we're crazy and we shouldn't think that. And you know what? They're absolutely right. We are crazy and we shouldn't think it, in that it isn't true. It isn't true for us. We've just told ourselves it's true. So I gave an example about my vision today. And it's really funny, because it's absolutely positively not true. I say I can't blank because of my vision, and it's not true. I can still get that result even if I was 100% black, couldn't see anything, blind, and I'm only partly blind, right? I'm only legally blind. I'm not 100%. I can't see or do anything blind. So that's I'm subject to stinking thinking just like everybody else, and I've spent 20 years trying to work on it, right? But guess what? That just shows us all we are works in progress. Guess what? We're never going to get 100% done with becoming the best version of ourselves, right? Being the absolute positive best version of ourselves, because that is what we're here for. That's our work. That's our purpose. That's our being a work in progress, and always improving and growing and being who we're meant to be, and becoming that. It's what our life is all about. So we're going to do mental, emotional, spiritual, and contribution over the next couple of days. And I'll run through a quick example of how, and part of the reason I'm doing it is I want to show people that it doesn't have to take 4 days to do this. It doesn't have to take 4 years to do this. It doesn't have to take 4 months. It can be instantaneous. Once you have this process, the SOAP framework ingrained in your subconscious, instead of the stinking thinking automatically coming up, you will think a thought, it'll run through the framework, and then you'll get a better response and a better thought coming up to you automatically. That's what I'm trying to teach people. That's what I want to show them. And I want to show them how powerful that is, and how quickly and easily you can make massive changes in your life when just a simple framework like this is operating, instead of the simple framework of automatically thinking of a negative thought and then throwing all kinds of more negative thoughts on it, convincing ourselves consciously that it's true, and then being frozen and never doing anything about it, because it's just the way I am. It's just the way it's always been. It's just the way people are. It's just. I think the word just and try, we should just get rid of those from our vocabulary. Anyway, so that was the Get Up and Go challenge today. What else have I got going on? So we talked about supersize. We talked about the fun challenge. We talked about Get Up and Go. Doing what I'm working on now. That's it. That's all I've got right now. Working on a book. And I've said it 2 days in a row now, which is super duper scary, but it's a way of holding myself accountable to actually getting the flipping thing done, right? If I don't talk about it, which I usually don't talk about it at all, I don't actually do it. So I'm committing to myself that I am going to get that done. And I'm going to maybe say, I want to say in the next 2 weeks. We'll see. My daughter's coming home for a week, so that might not happen. I might have to say the next 3 weeks. I'll look at my calendar today and see what I can fit in for writing time. And I'm actually going to block out time to write, because I'm learning about myself. I have to put processes and systems, and that means scheduling it on my timeline, scheduling it on my calendar to get things done. Otherwise, life gets busy, life gets in the way, and what we don't make time for does not get done, at least in my life. All right, that's it. That's all I've got today. Go out, have an absolutely awesome and exceptional day. If I can help you in any way, ask in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow, just updating on what's working, what's not, what am I working on, and let's see how it goes. All right, have an awesome day.